Hello, welcome to our podcast. We're so happy you joined us today. I'm Miyoko Sakatani. I'm a second generation Japanese American, and I'm a straight baby boomer. And because of that, I have been culturally distressed pretty much all my life. Anyways, I'm a co-host. I'm a co-host to this wonderful podcast or original podcast. For anyone out there who's got any cultural confusion about life or anything in between, relationships, and I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host, Loïc.
Hi, Miyoko. Hi, everyone. I am Loïc Pichot. I'm first generation French American, gay, millennial comedians living in LA. So I've also been culturally confused most of my life.
Even in France before you came to America?
Yeah, because I was a gay kid growing up.
Oh, that's
I mean,
true.
closeted gay kid
That's true. That's
living up in the conservative French countryside.
good point.
Wanted to do the arts, but that wasn't really an option. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
confusion since a very
That
young
makes
age.
sense. Anyway, let's catch up. What's happening? How was your last few weeks?
Life is great. I actually do have some big news to share with you, Miyoko.
And the audience.
And the audience got
Oh, look at how
married.
beautiful that is.
Thanks. Yeah. So even though we're planning like a wedding next year in France for the wedding
You
party
elope?
and ceremony.
You elope?
Yeah, we did our legal wedding
Oh.
in the US last week. Just the two of us with our friend Adam, who's our witness and also our photographer. He's a super talented wedding photographer. And yeah, we just wanted to have a day just for us to celebrate. So we went to the courthouse, Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we took some pictures to the City Hall and Library next door, which are beautiful buildings. Yeah, and then we went to a really nice restaurant for lunch, very cute. We went on a hike, which did us have to a nice dinner. So yeah, it was just a very, very special day.
So congratulations, and how do you say that in French?
Thank you, thank you.
How do you say that?
Félicitations.
Félicitations.
Thank you, merci.
Oh, how
So yeah,
exciting!
very happy.
How exciting!
And what's up with you? Did you get married in the last week? Remarried?
Remarried. Let's see, our anniversary is coming up pretty soon. Well, a few months, but anyway, what was I going to say regarding your marriage? Anyway, I'll think about it. So yeah, busy. We've been busy with our usual service activities, and I did a reading, which was really fun, and then we helped out in Chinatown again with the children. Over 300 kids between the ages of 5 and 12.
Oh wow!
It was a spring party for them in a big gymnasium, and they had games and prizes and food, and so we were volunteers there. This is an after-school program for all of the little kids in Chinatown. So that was
That's
really
amazing.
fun. Yeah, that was really fun. And then we did an early Earth Day project, and I'll get into that because we're going to talk about Earth Day.
Yeah.
For our topic today. But anyway, that's what's been up, and also getting ready for our trip. We're going to take a 10-day cruise to Alaska.
Yeah, so I want to hear about that. Where are you guys going? And where are you living, by the way? Are you living from San Francisco?
And next week, about May 3rd, so that's pretty soon.
And sorry, I meant where. Where do you live?
We leave from San Francisco.
From San Francisco,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's what one of the incentives is, because it's so convenient.
Yeah.
And the San Francisco, they go to Mexico, they go to Alaska, they go to Hawaii. So anyway, so the last time we were on a cruise was our 10th anniversary, if you can believe that, because we're going on our 36 or something now. So we went a 10-day cruise to Mexico on our 10th anniversary.
Nice.
So that's something for you to think about when you get your
Thank you.
45th anniversary.
I'll put it in the calendar right now, April
Yeah.
2036.
But I don't think we'd survive a 35-day cruise for
Yeah,
our
I was going to ask. That was my follow-up question to
Yeah,
you.
we'll probably jump overboard if we had to do that.
So how long does it take to go from San Francisco to Alaska?
I think you're over on the sea for what, 2 days, 3 days, 2 days or 2
Oh, wow.
2 days,
Okay.
2 days, and then you go to Juneau, and then you go through the glaciers, and we're really looking forward to that. Actually, one of the
That's going to be
jokes we had,
amazing.
one of the jokes we had was we better go to Alaska and see the glaciers before they melt.
Yeah, you see. Yeah.
Speaking of Earth Day.
Speaking of Earth Day.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be great. Yeah, I've always wanted to explore like the northern part of the world. But yeah, haven't done so. So yeah, please report back, take pictures. I want
Yes.
all the details.
Oh yeah. Speaking of pictures, I want to see your pictures. And that's what reminded me of your wedding. So when Richard and I got married, we had just bought this house, and we had no furniture yet and nothing, but we decided we wanted to have the wedding in our brand new house. And our families are all in LA, and it would be really inconvenient. And then we decided, a wedding is for us, So we had our wedding with just the two of us, and the witness was the minister's boyfriend. So we only had the minister, and there was a Course in Miracles minister. Are you familiar with A Course in Miracles?
I'm not.
Have you heard of Course in Miracles? Anyways,
No.
with the Course in Miracles, it was a new age kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Minister and her boyfriend was our witness, and there was just the two of us, and we lit candles for our family members, and we had it in our house.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I do like the idea of an intimate wedding as well. I mean, and I was saying, so we're planning like a party in France next year.
Yeah,
so it was nice to have that moment just for the two of us.
but they know about it. Did you tell them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we did tell them. Yeah.
They weren't upset that they.
No, and that's the thing we talked about before. We kind of like accelerated the timeline and kept that a surprise, but people knew we were going to get married in the, we kind of have to for like, we have to get like an American wedding.
And was there any reason why you wanted to do it so quickly now?
Yeah, because we are so much in love, we couldn't wait.
You can be in love without being married too.
You did something specific for
we
Earth
did
Day?
a early Earth Day project last Saturday in Oakland, and it was great. It was the hundreds of community people came out, and it was revitalizing a very sort of bad area in Oakland.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of bad areas. Bad meaning high crime and a lot of graffiti and trash. So they're taking like areas one at a time and doing a major revitalization with hundreds, and they have music and because this was a kickoff, they had dignitaries there, including our Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee. And did I mention that we went to school together?
No, I had no idea.
Yes, we went to school together, so she's like my buddy. So it's always good to see her. And
Nice.
surprise! Oh, I just remembered that I was in a film a few years ago called 100 Blocks, and it was a story about Oakland based on a true event in Oakland. And the mayor of Oakland was a Chinese woman. And so I played the mayor of Oakland, and my name was Mayor Lee, not L-E-E, but L-I, like a Chinese name. So anyways, I played the mayor of Oakland, and it was about the city and the problems in the city, blah, blah, blah. And we filmed in City Hall. So I actually got to sit in the mayor's office, and
That's so cool.
at the big conference room I was running a meeting with the public, and we had the the other dignitaries sitting on this conference room. Anyways, I have a photo of that I did that. Anyways, it was in the mayor's actual Oakland City Hall. And then a few years later, my friend Barbara Lee, another Lee, becomes the mayor of Oakland.
I would say you paved the way for her.
Yeah, that's why I got her to be mayor.
You manifested it for her.
That's right.
That's what you did.
It's called serendipity. So anyway, so we were all out there and planting trees, planting plants, and some people were scraping off the graffiti, and they were actually painting a beautiful mural on one part of a building. And yeah,
Nice.
it was a beautiful day. So yeah, it was a nice thing. So I was just thinking, it wasn't Earth Day, which is April 22nd. It was the Saturday before. But I always think about the day of. It's like nothing's the day of. Mother's Day doesn't have to be on one day.
Yeah.
I mean, you celebrate these things all through the year. And Earth is something we should be taking care of every day, not just in April. And that's the same way I feel about, Asian Heritage Month and African American Month. And you know what I mean? It's not just a month. It's every day. So Earth Day can be any day you want. But about my personal experience, so my family is also farmers. My parents came from the farmlands in Japan. Deep in the countryside of Hiroshima, there were rice and vegetable farmers. It takes 2 hours to get there from the city, 2-hour train ride. So it's deep in the countryside. And so they were raised, to be very, to love, to nurture the land and recycle, and not wasting is a really big part of that.
Yeah.
And so that's the way we were raised. That's the way they lived their life. And that's the way we were raised. And plus we were poor. I think poverty sort of, you sort of automatically recycle things and are not wasteful. You can't afford to. And there's a Japanese word, actually. It's called Mottainai. Mottainai.
Mottainai.
Mottainai. And it's a powerful word because it says a lot, which means not being wasteful, to recycle, to be grateful. It ties in the whole thing about taking care of the planet. And it's such a powerful word that even the United Nations is now using the word Mottainai as a global way to take care of the
I love
planet.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, when I think about like Japan and nature, and I've never been to Japan, which is high on my list of places I'd love to go to. I'm thinking about like the art of like bonsai.
Yeah, bonsai.
Is it something that, is it a stereotypical thing that we think of as, living abroad and thinking about Japan? Or is this really like big way to, celebrate nature and, is this like a very common art form to like nurture nature?
Anyways, I was thinking you can go to Japan on your honeymoon.
You know what? We talked about that actually, because we're looking for a place we've never been to, either of us.
Oh, cool.
And it's actually quite tricky. Patrick has been all over, and he's been technically to Tokyo, but it was just for like a layover of a couple hours. So I think it doesn't count. So Japan is on our list. Yeah.
Well, make sure when you do go, you get out of the city, because, to me, with traveling, when you visit a city in any country, to me, a city is a city.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference is people are speaking a different language. You have to really go to the country and see how the country really, really is.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to do both, because I also love architecture, so I love cities for that. It's a difference in buildings and.
Oh yeah, well, the city is fun, of course.
Yeah,
of course, but
yeah, definitely want to do the countryside as well.
Yeah,
I also heard that in Japan you have like everything, because you got the mountain, but you also have like beautiful beaches if you go down south.
Oh yeah. There's.
Did I say it right, by the way? Bitches.
Still a little sense of bitches, but that's
beaches.
beaches. B.
Beaches.
B.
Beaches.
Like a bee. How about how do you say bee? Like
B.
the insect bee.
B.
Yeah, bee. Okay, so it's beaches.
Beaches.
Yes, that's good.
Beaches. Okay, I see what I have to do. Okay.
I love
I
your
think I
mouth.
got it.
Beaches, beaches.
Beaches. Beaches.
Very
Okay.
good. Okay, but so regarding your question about bonsai, so that's one form of art. But
Yeah.
generally, the whole culture is based on Buddhism. Uh, and so Buddhism, is all about oneness and balance and
Yeah.
and beauty and stuff like that. So you could see it in the culture,
Hmm.
including bonsai and even the way they serve you food. It's
Yeah.
always balanced and beautiful. Um,
So I
and
have a question about that. Is like, because I know you're vegetarian.
but I eat fish,
Oh, right, pescatarian. Is it
pescatarian.
something that also, like, what age did you decide to do that? And was protecting the earth one of the driver of this decision?
I would love to say yes, but I can't. Although when I found out more about it and the cows and how that's polluting the environment and all that, um, then I was happy I made that decision. But no, it was actually a spiritual thing back in like 1986, 87. It was spiritual. It was a spiritual cleansing kind of thing.
Hmm.
And so I became a strict vegetarian without fish for a few years. And and then I added fish because I'm Japanese. I grew up eating fish. I couldn't give up fish. I'm sorry for the fish, but that's the way
Did I
it is.
did I ever tell you that I was also a vegetarian for 6 years?
No, you did not. How did
Yes.
you become it and then how did you stop it?
Yes. I think there was a few reasons for me. I think one of them was actually like health reasons. I think,
Mhm.
there was
Thank you.
this idea that,
It
yeah,
was mine was spiritual and health. Yeah, both.
okay. I wasn't that as much spiritual back then, but I was, caring about, still very, you know, deeply care about animals. But I think it was, yeah, health reason. I was curious. And I was also going through some like, health issues. So to me, vegetarianism was something that would allow me to get a better health.
Mm,
And also I feel like I believe it was my ex-ID. We were also somewhat in a codependent relationship. So I think that also participate in
yeah.
that thing. But at the end of the day, I reintroduced meat because I realized that, my, it's like a lot of like source of protein in
Mhm.
the vegetable world. It's hard for me to digest.
Mm,
So I actually feel like the impact on my health wasn't actually positive at the end of the day. So I didn't really see like a good benefit of that. But I would say that, I really try to be mindful in what I eat. And now, yes, I eat meat and I eat fish, but I try to always favor, like organic
mhm.
meat when I can,
Right.
wild fish, um,
Yeah.
like cage-free,
Mhm.
pasture raised eggs,
Right.
that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that was, yeah, 6 years of my life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have these transitional periods where they do that. But no, I think some people and some bodies do need a certain kind of protein. I totally agree with that. One of the downsides to me of being called a vegetarian or a pescatarian is whenever I socialize, or go out to dinners and stuff, and people know that about me, I don't want them to feel self-conscious, but they do, so whenever they
Mm.
something like we usually go to like Chinese meals. So whenever a chicken dish comes out or a meat dish comes out, they almost look like they feel guilty that they're putting it on their plate. And I said, I have absolutely no issue or no judgment about anybody, whoever eats anything. Cause that has nothing to do with me. It's my
Yeah.
preference. I don't judge anybody else for that. But mentioning animals, yeah, the other side of it actually is, the slaughtering of animals.
Yeah.
To this day, I don't know what happened. I used to fish, you know, before actually I started my spiritual path. I don't know why fishing is involved with that, but I used to go fishing. I used to love to eat the fish and all that. I I I just couldn't do it. When I became a vegetarian, I just couldn't fish anymore, and I can't watch anything. To this day, I can't watch anything either in a movie or television, even animated, where either fish is being caught and or animals are being killed to eat. I understand that people have to survive. Like speaking of Alaska, they live on fish and meat
Yeah.
uh, in the snow when they're snowed in. So I understand that it's survival. But to this day, I have real trouble if it comes on the screen that animals getting killed or I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Um, even an animated thing where animals are being chased or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I suddenly got very, very sensitive about that, and
Yeah.
I don't know where that came, except maybe my father. My parents were Buddhists, and so my father he was a walking Buddhist to me. He wouldn't literally hurt a fly.
Mm.
He would not kill ants. I mean, he just was really, yeah, I
Our dads are very different.
I really appreciate that he
Yeah.
was that way.
My dad is a hunter, so very different vibe.
Well, okay, one caveat to that is that because he was a fisherman, that's how I learned to fish, was if it's for you have to eat it.
Yeah.
If it's for in this day and age, you don't have to fish to eat. You can go to the store and buy a fish. But my father believed that if you killed something, it was because you needed to eat it. So one
Yeah.
day, my brother with a slingshot shot a sparrow, and my father was so upset. Um, that's when I really got to really see a side of my father that I didn't realize. He was so hurt. Um, that he ended up I remember he soaked the bird in salt water to so the feathers would come out easily.
Yeah.
Anyway, his only justification that my brother killed a sparrow was that we need to eat it.
Oh, wow.
And so he cooked it up
Yeah.
and I remember I think I had one little bite of it. But anyway, he just taught us a lesson that if you're gonna kill something, you have to eat it.
Wow. Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean,
it's a waste
yeah.
to kill a
Yeah.
living thing. Yeah.
You know what my dad hunts is always for, yeah, the family
Yeah, to feed the
consumption.
family. Yeah. Not
Um,
just for sport.
yeah. But to him, it's really like a practice to be like, and I know for people who don't hunt, it may be tricky to understand, but to my dad's view, hunting is really a way for him to be in communion with nature.
Yeah.
Um, that's, kind of like how I
Yeah.
think seeing nature, I guess, as a provider,
Yeah.
in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me once with him. I was just, I didn't have a gun or anything. I was just, with like a piece of wood in the bush trying to scare, the animals away. So that they will run and my dad could get them, but we didn't catch anything that day. So um, I think maybe it was my
Did
my
he
energy and my vibration and my aura was just
But was he disappointed that you didn't that he didn't teach you how to hunt, or that you didn't do that?
Oh, probably. I mean, add that to the list of disappointment my dad had to go through with me. That's probably, yeah, top 5, I guess.
Are you the only boy? You're the only son in the family?
Yeah, I'm the only boy out of 4 kids. So yeah, I definitely feel like there was a lot of expectation
Yeah.
that I didn't feel because I was very different. But you know what? It actually kind of skipped a generation because my one of my nephews is really actually he's studying. He's doing his graduate degree right now in farming, like farming related studies. So I feel like he has with him what he never had with me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and he's close to him?
Oh
Your
yeah, they're like
Oh,
super close. Yeah.
okay. Now, so let me ask you, so did one of your sisters become more of the boy, I mean, the son that he always wanted?
I actually think my little sister, yeah, she was a little bit like, tomboy when we were kids,
Mm,
with the, I know the, it's a, gender term, but
yeah.
I remember when we tried to buy her dresses when she was, barely walking, she was like, no, I'm not wearing this, basically. She's like, and she was always on the farm with my dad. Yeah. 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 So
Yeah.
she did, and now she's a nurse. Um, but, but I think, oh, yeah, we all had very different, experience. And I know I was not the farm type, but I, do know part of it was really enjoyable, just like going on a bike and just like biking on like dirt roads, just you in nature. And I don't know, it's just, I look back at it now and I feel very fortunate.
Yeah. But when you were a kid, didn't you have to do chores on the farm? You had to do farm chores, didn't you?
Not really, actually. And because I
I can
think
see why
my,
he's so disappointed in you.
no, but I feel like actually my parents, so we didn't own the land. Even though like I come from a long lineage of farmers, neither my mom or my dad got the like family land from the previous generation. So, but my dad found this job basically managing a farm for this very wealthy family who was just, old money, had no idea how to run a farm, but it was just what they owned. They own
Oh, I
farms and
see.
castles.
Oh, I see.
And so my dad was a manager
Oh, okay.
and had like a team of like 3 people working for him to
Okay.
manage the whole
Okay. That
farm.
all right. Now
Yeah.
that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So we never really had that pressure to be
Okay.
in the business. Like if we wanted to, that's definitely we could have hit.
Then you had
I
the
could
op
have been a nepo baby in the farming industry in France if I wanted to. But to be honest, my mom was always like pushing us to study hard at school so
Yeah,
that we could
yeah.
do something else.
Right, right.
But another part of it was that I had like, like asthma as a kid.
Mm.
I was going through some health issues. So my mom didn't want me to be too much outside in the farm with all the dust and everything. So also I feel like that's kind of like, yeah, kept me a bit more like indoor and made me a nerd. Just like
Okay.
watching TV,
Okay,
reading
that's a
books.
I get a clearer picture now of that's what 'cause
I know.
you always say you brought up on a farm, so I just figured your parents were farmers. Okay, now that makes more
I mean, I
sense.
did it one summer. One summer, my dad needed some help. So I've done it occasionally, like but like one full summer, I was working on the farm, like just like driving tractor and stuff like that. Um, and we also did the wood of the ship. I remember that summer.
Were
Um,
you the first where are you in the line of 4?
I'm number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your older sister then must have gotten a little more pressure as being the oldest, more responsibility type of thing?
That's a good question. I don't think so. With the family, I think it was really like we never felt pressure. It was more like a personal choice. Like one of my sisters, sister number 2 in line, I remember she loves animals. I never really understood why she never became like a vet or something, to be honest. She just loved animals so much. And there's this thing when like sheep gave birth, sometimes if they have like twins, the mom will actually reject one of the kid and just refuse to let it feed. Yeah. So when that happens, you actually have to take care of those. What's the word in English for a baby sheep? Is there a word for like the baby of the sheep?
The baby.
This just became an English podcast. The sheep, the animal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the baby. Okay, I thought there was a specific name, but maybe not.
There probably
Anyway, so those babies, you have to bottle feed them. And so my sister would love doing that because she loves animals. And it's so cute to just have like a tiny sheep in your arms and just like bottle feed him or her. So she would do that in the winter with my dad.
What other animals did you have on the farm?
Cows and sheep. Yeah.
Cows and sheep.
Yeah, that's what we had. But wait, I do have another story that can also shed more light into my childhood. Like my dad he's a biker. I mean, he has like a motorcycle, which also makes it easy to just go on the farm and check stuff out. And so you have to check into the when it's a season when cows give birth, you have to check at night. You want to make sure that everything goes well, because otherwise you can lose the cows, lose the veal if something goes wrong. So my dad has to go at night and check. And I guess I was a kid. I have no idea how old I was. I don't remember. It's a story my parents told me. But like I guess I was awake and my dad took me with them to check the cows at night. And so when that's the case, he would actually like put us in front of him on the thing, so we were just there. And we were checking out the cows, and I had like no interest in the cows, and I was just looking at the sky and was like, oh my God, the stars are so pretty.
Oh my God.
Because I wanted to be an astronaut. And
he probably says, who is this kid? He couldn't be a kid of mine.
I think, thank goodness I look like my dad. When you look at like old pictures of my dad, we look alike. He has dark hair and like green eyes, but I feel like the bone structure I got from him. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm his.
You can't say like father like son.
Not for us.
But anyways, the reason I was asking all that is because, in a lot of cultures, the number one son is always important to the family.
Yeah.
The father especially wants a son as the number one. So the son can take over.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I do know from my sisters that my dad was really excited to have a boy when my mom was pregnant with me, because I think he had always this expectation that I would be into that. Yeah, this should be a movie someday, I think. My childhood on the farm.
Yeah. So anyway, in our family, the number one was a girl, my oldest sister. And the boy didn't come until the third, number 3. Then my oldest brother was born. But anyway, it's very heavy in the Asian cultures to have the number one son.
Number one.
And in a lot of cultures, I think, but which added a lot of pressure to my oldest sister. So to me, my oldest sister really carried a very heavy load, of carrying on a lot of the responsibilities that if a number one son would have done.
Yeah.
And it laid a heavy burden on her, I think.
I think it's a thing that's been proven now in psychology, right? How the older in, most families, the order in which you're born actually really impact how you develop as a child. Because,
Absolutely.
it's yeah.
Yeah, it's actually wherever you are in the line affects your life. They always said like the middle child always has sort of neglect. They feel,
Yeah.
some mental issues there. And then the oldest child, of course, has all this responsibility. Well,
Yes.
I was the baby. I was
Yeah.
the baby of the family.
It
And
was,
so
yeah.
naturally everybody thinks the baby is barking like a dog.
Is that- Sorry about that.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think I
but
would say
anyway,
for me though, because we have such a big age gap, I feel like I was raised like the little one up until I was 8. And then I become a middle child. But also because we have such a big age gap. Um, yeah. And also I feel like being the only boy, I definitely had, you know, yeah.
what's the age gap? How much?
So I have 8 years with my little sister.
Okay, you were born, and 8 years later she was born?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I was the little one for a long time. And I feel like because I was the only boy, yeah, I feel like I
Oh,
was
I see. So you got all the
spoiled, I
attention and you
think.
were spoiled.
Which is why I'm on stage today.
Yes, that explains a lot now to me, 'cause that hasn't changed too much.
I feel
Anyway,
like we
I was
went on a very different.
I was the baby of the family, so naturally, everybody assumes the baby of the family is gets spoiled and gets all these things. And I guess you could say to some degree it was that way because by the time I
Yeah.
was born, there was some financial stability in the family.
Okay.
So I got to get more privileges as far as education.
Yeah.
And so in that respect, and then it was, my family has a World War II history, and that whole history that I was not a part of, thank God. So yeah, so in many respects, being the youngest, comparing my life to my oldest sister's life is like, yeah, you could write a story on how drastically different our life experience has been.
So I was at this event recently, and one of my friends was there, and he was like, "Loïc, I absolutely need to introduce you to someone." So I go find my friend, and he's like, "Let me introduce you to this guy. He's also French." And first of all, it's always so funny to me when I feel like now all of my American friends have to introduce me to their French friend. It's kind of like the joke where like
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
your straight friends also have to introduce you to all of their gay friends. You
Right.
both gay, you're gonna get along. You both French, you're gonna get
Right,
along.
right.
But what was so funny was that so my friend, I follow my friend and introduced me to this French guy, and I try to make conversation. I forgot what I said. I think my friend introduced me as like, he's like, oh yeah, this is Loïc. He's the French comedian I told you about. And I think the other guy was like, oh, French comedian. And then didn't acknowledge me at all. The conversation kept going on. But basically the guy didn't give a fuck at all about meeting another French, completely ignore me. And I was laughing because then I was like, this is actually the most French thing he could have done ever. And for that, I really respect him. But I think it was just funny because there's this assumption that
Yes,
because we're both French, we're going to hit it off,
yeah.
which didn't happen. But it was just a funny moment because he was so French in his demeanor, which was so funny to me. He couldn't be bothered. And I was like, French icon right there.
Funny.
So I wish him well.
Yeah,
But it was just a funny moment.
that's a good point because sometimes somebody comes up to me or some friend says, "Oh, do you know so and so? She's Japanese." I said, "Yeah, all of us Japanese know each other."
And no, but to be fair, I feel like I actually like, so I don't really have any French friends, like very close, French friends in LA. So I actually thought about it recently because I actually feel like I kind of like, the more I live in the US, and the more important it becomes to me to actually still connect to my French roots.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I don't want to force anything, obviously, because sometimes you meet French people and you don't vibe with each other and you're not going to force anything.
Right.
But I actually met a great French person a few weeks ago that I think we might become friends. We'll see. So I was excited about that because I don't know, I feel like it's also like it shouldn't be something that's forced. But sometimes it's still nice to build genuine friendships within your community.
Yeah. I totally agree. And there's a part of me that always wants to connect with another Japanese American.
Yeah.
And it's not, for me, it's not easy. But anyway, that's another subject. So culturally positive moments. So the project we did in Oakland recently with the community coming out and helping. So, to me, it's so beautiful. First of all, we're so lucky to live in this urban area that's so diverse.
Yeah.
And so, it really shows up when these community events happen because you have ethnicities and cultures from all over coming together for
Yeah.
a common cause. And there's no color barrier. There's nothing. We're all one. We're all doing the same thing for the same purpose, and it doesn't matter. So it's always beautiful to be out there with
Yeah, I love that.
all the different people.
Community is always, important.
And we're lucky where we live because, in different parts of the country, it's all white, or,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's unidimensional.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a
Anyway,
blessing
we're
to live
going
in a
to,
diverse
are we
place.
going to try to add, actually we're running a little late. Oh, you're going to be,
I'm gonna edit. Yeah.
yeah. So are we going to,
Oh,
are
you
you
want to try today?
Are you
I'm
gonna
down.
include we're going to edit in in the podcast?
We can edit if we don't like it.
Okay, I have this beautiful purple bag, one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to pick out a stone, a heart stone. Look, it's shaped as a heart. And this one says, "Oh my gosh, I picked this earlier. It's called balance." Balance.
Balance.
So, do you have a word? Do you have a short anything on balance? What this means to you? And
Balance to
everybody
me
out there?
is, I don't know, like trying sometimes to take a step back and see the bigger picture, if that
Mm.
makes sense,
Yeah, that's a
'Cause I
good.
feel like sometimes you can get overwhelmed and then you actually look back and you're, oh, actually, it's not that big of a deal. Why should
Yeah,
I, lose my balance for something that
yeah,
meaningless?
that's a
So yeah,
good.
so I would say it as a reminder to stay grounded, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
for me, it's a balance of rest and fun and energy, and having a balance, and not doing so much that you get tired. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes we're so busy, we're moving all the time, going places, doing
Yeah.
something, and then the balance is having downtime. And when we have downtime, we love our home so much, and our property, our yard is
Yeah.
so beautiful. And it's like, to me, being in my home and I'm just looking out the window right now, it's like being at a retreat center.
I love
And
that.
so we feel so blessed. And so the balance is making the time to spend time and just chilling out.
Yeah. I love
Anyway,
that.
we're winding up, so I wanna thank all of you for joining us. We really appreciate you so much, and thank you for your patience in our in our little moods that we go through.
They won't notice. It's
They
I
won't notice that.
everything is edited for audience, so
Anyways, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time. Do you have
thank
any
you. Merci.
Do you wanna tell everybody where they can see us?
Oh my God, right. Yes. You can find us on social media, Kosher Distress Pod. You can also shoot us an email, kosherdistresspod@gmail.com. And yeah, the podcast is live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So
thank you very much.
So see you there. Thank you.
Sayonara. Aloha.
Au revoir.
Take care. Be well.